service this morning, but we're putting you to work today. So that is if you're willing and able. So we're writing postcards. Today is our first summer of service, Sunday, and we're writing postcards to people in Georgia to encourage them to vote. Now, we're not actually sending these postcards until October, but we're trying to accumulate as many of them as possible. We'll be talking more about it during the service, but I want to encourage you to write these postcards throughout the service if you would like to. So on that back table, you will find the postcards, and you will find a list of names with addresses, and we need to know who is going to write which postcard, so we're not like sending 25 to Joe Smith and none to somebody else. So if you would write your name next to the postcard that you're going to write, the person that you're going to write to. Sorry, we're getting just a little bit of feedback. Maybe I'm a little too far forward. Okay, so we're good so far. So pick up a postcard and write your name next to the person that you're going to be helping, that you're going to send the postcard to. And pick up a black pen and a couple of colored pens. And we might have to pass them around during the service if somebody needs, hey, can I have that green? That would be lovely. We want to make these postcards colorful, but on the front where the address goes, that needs to be in black. On the front where the address goes, that needs to be in black. There are also sheets of instructions, and we can pass those around as well. I made 20 copies, but we've got more than 20 people. Woohoo! So good. Glad to see you all. So if you'll pass those sheets around too, that would be lovely. Okay? Are we good with this? Did you all come here to work today? I so hope so. Thank you. This is part of taking action. So often we talk and we talk and we talk and we talk and we talk, and then we don't do anything. And I think in our world today, as difficult as things are, one of the things that we really help us feel better and make a difference in the world is taking action. So that's what Summer of Service is all about, is taking action. We have a wonderful service planned for you today, but I want to encourage you to get cards and fill them out. And Bill, I see someone who's not able to hear me very well, so I think if you turn me up but bring the treble down a little bit, the high end, I think that'll work. But we want to make sure that people can hear, especially with fans going, so I apologize. Okay, so let's do some singing, shall we? And whoever is in the back, if you wouldn't mind passing out cards or just passing the basket around for people to take cards. And then we can pass the sheets around that have the names on them and the pens. Let's just start circulating everything, okay? So we can get started writing cards. All right, I want to thank our extra guest musicians today. I put out a call. We didn't have anyone to help with music, and all these people showed up. So it's very exciting, and we're going to have a great service. So thank you. I think he has it under control. Yeah. Check, check. So all of these, are they all on? Okay, great. Okay. So my friends, I invite us to stand in body and spirit, if you feel like it. Where's my iPad? I don't know where my iPad is. Okay. Let's sing Lead with Love. 1, 2, 1. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love.
Don't give up hope.
Don't give up hope.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
Don't you give up.
Don't you give up.
Keep moving on.
Keep moving on. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love.
Lift up your eyes.
Lift up your eyes.
Don't you despair.
Don't you despair.
Look up ahead.
Look up ahead.
The path is there.
The path is there. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. I know you're scared, and I'm scared too, but here I am, right next to you.
Right next to you.
You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Thank you. And we have another one for you. Okay, you can sit down. It's okay. It's all right. This is Peace, Salaam, Shalom. So timely for our time. This is by Emma's Revolution. Okay. Okay, here we go. Peace, salam, shalom. Please sing with us. Salam, shalom. Peace, 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 salam, shalom. We believe in peace. We believe in peace. We believe in peace. We believe in peace. Peace, salam, shalom. We will work for peace. Salam, shalom. We will work for peace. Salam, shalom. We will work for peace. Salam, shalom. We can live in 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 peace. Salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. In Gaza. Peace, salam, shalom. In Ukraine. Peace, salam, shalom. In Washington. Salam, shalom. In Sudan. In Kabul. In Lebanon.
Welcome to the Namakwa Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We're glad you're here, and I'm kind of floating around all over the stage. My name is Debbie Gentry, and I'm your worship associate today. This is a Come As You Are congregation, and you are welcome here, just as you are. I want to extend a special welcome to any visitors that we might have. We would love to stay connected, so please sign up for our communications at the main entrance. Here at Namakwa UU, we foster a beloved community that celebrates diversity, strives for peace and justice, acts mindfully for the good of the planet, and inspires spiritual growth through a free and loving search for truth and meaning. We honor the ground that we walk upon and acknowledge that this land as the traditional and ancestral homeland of the Arapaho, the Cheyenne, and Ute nations and peoples. We recognize and honor the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and vow to reconcile the deep wounds that still shape our world today. Dana has told you already about the worship service being an action worship service, and we're filling out postcards today. That's our first announcement. The second one is we have a book group, part one. It will be this Tuesday from 3 to 4:30. If you have concerns about our democracy, please join our social justice ministry in reading Heather Cox Richardson's Democracy Awakening. Next Sunday, beginning at 10 o'clock, we're going to meet over at Kathy Hartman's house, which is just 3 blocks from the church. Is that the right direction? For the Blessing of the Animals service. We'll be outside so you can bring your pets and to the service, or bring a picture of your pets. We'll celebrate all the ways that our pets bless our lives, and we will bless them in return. If you need a map, please pick one up at the entrance. And also, please bring a camping chair and plenty of water and a hat or an umbrella. It's liable to be hot out there. After the service, please join us next door for coffee. And if you have a brief personal joy or sorrow you would like to share in today's service, but don't want to come to the mic, please write it down on the form to be collected by the ushers during the offering. I want to give a special thank you for everyone involved in today's service.
Thank you, Debbie. And just a reminder, we do have air conditioning in the room, in the building next door. Well, it is a joy to be with you all this morning. Thank you for being here. I came across these words that spoke deeply to me last night by Reverend Sarah Eileen Lawal. Spirit of life and love, in this time of uncertainty, of fear and angst, our nation holds its collective breath in this time. When rhetoric blusters about and words are used as weapons, our nation clenches its fists, tightens its shoulders, eyes squeezed shut. Some are preparing to fight. May we remember we are people of resilience. We have faced uncertainty before, and we have weathered the storms. We have been consumed by flames, and we have risen like the phoenix from the ashes. And we will again rise, we the people. May we remember that our shared humanity, our universal kinship, our interdependence, as we unclench our fists and breathe together, breathing in love and breathing out peace. May we recognize the spark of the divine inside all of us, even those that we are not quite sure about. And in this time of uncertainty, We remember the goodwill will go on. As we work to move forward together, we the people seek that which unites us all, with our arms reaching out wide for life, for liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. May love prevail. May love prevail. May love prevail always. May it be so. And in this spirit of love, I invite you to join with me in saying our morning affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its call. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And in that spirit of love, I invite you to turn and greet those around you. Thank you.
About helping you during your meditation. It'll take a minute because I haven't checked any, I didn't get a
That's okay.
chance to tune anything
Oh, okay.
or to check the volume or to check the microphone. So,
Yeah.
We're just doing
Yeah.
Next we are singing This Land is Your Land, if you would all like to join us. And then
You know what?
verse
You know
number
what?
3,
Let's sing the first verse, and then we'll get everybody's attention, and then you can tell them.
and then tell
Yeah,
what the...
okay, good. Yeah, let's do
So
that.
do you have the right...
Let's do just
Can
the
you hear
first
me?
verse and chorus. The chorus and the first verse. Yeah. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Hold on. We have an important something to say about this song. Leo?
Yes, verse number 3 was contributed by Sue Matthews. Thank you so much for bringing that in. We're singing a different version about Ute-land, Apache, and Cree-land. And then we end the last chorus with a version of Pete Seeger, where the land was stolen from the Native Americans.
From the perspective of the natives. Okay, so on with our chorus. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was rolling and the wheat fields lay this morning. Sue, thank you for the lyrics of our third verse. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay. And I don't know if we have anyone for the story for all ages. Oh, well, okay. Awesome. All right, Sasha, let's sit together, shall we? Well, you know, I think you probably already know these things, but one of the things that makes our country so special is that we get to vote. How old are you? 13, if you don't mind me asking. Okay, so in 5 years, you'll get to vote when you're 18. Awesome. And can you imagine living in a country where you did not get to vote, like with a dictatorship? Are you familiar with dictatorships? Yeah, where somebody just tells you the way it's going to be. Do you think they care about the people they're looking after? Some dictators do, but most of them, they're not so interested in the regular, ordinary, everyday people, which I consider myself. Do you guys consider yourself just a regular, ordinary, everyday person? Okay. I mean, you're all very special, for sure, but yeah, wouldn't be much fun. No. And so I think I'm just going to make it short, that we're concerned about our democracy right now. And this summer, a few months ago, the social justice team had a conversation that they thought the most important issue that we're facing right now is protecting our democracy. And so we made that an overarching primary theme of the year, of the summer, for Summer of Service. So some people get discouraged and they don't want to vote, and they don't think that their vote matters. Can you feel like how that would happen if there are so many millions and millions and millions of people voting? It's like, what's my vote gonna do? But we all had to fight long and hard, especially women and people of color, to actually have that vote, right? And you never know, the difference between 0 and 1 in a close election can mean a lot. So that's what we're doing today, is we are sending out cards to help counteract voter suppression that has been happening in many states across the country, especially in the South. So we're targeting Georgia today. We're sending special postcards. And actually, Sasha was helping this morning, because they got here nice and early, and they were helping put the little stickers on the postcards. So all of your postcards should have a sticker in the center of just the blank white part. And that was Sasha doing. So thank you very much for doing that. Yeah. So we're going to spend our time writing more postcards to everyone. And I'm going to jump ahead. So I'm going a little out of order, if you all don't mind today. Hey, Pedro, could you go to, I think it's like slide 21 and slide 22? Keep going. Just a preview for you all here. Okay, there we go. Okay, go back to just 2 there. Okay, one more. There you go. So this is one of the cards, and so you're going to fill out the address, the name and address that you have picked up. How many of you have already gotten addresses ready to go? So if you're ready, Marion is doing an awesome job helping out. Are you writing names and addresses on the cards? Okay, so there are cards and then there are cards. There are postcards, but then there are index cards with names and addresses. Yeah, oh, perfect. Let's hold these up so we can see. Oh, bravo. You get an A+ today. So our postcard looks like this, okay? And Lenny has already put the name and address on there. And in the back, they're writing down names and addresses on these index cards. So all you have to do is grab one of these. But please put your name on this and turn it back into us so that we know who is doing which cards. Does that make sense? Have I totally confused everybody? Sue? Please?
So social justice ministry is doing.
Oh, you want to add something? Okay. Here.
They won't hear you on Zoom if you don't use a mic. Sorry, okay, thanks. So the social justice ministry is.
Closer. I know she's
Come
a little
get-
We can get closer.
Sorry, Mim.
There you go. Sorry.
So sudden. So the social justice ministry is doing postcards right now, and we are each getting 25 names.
It's going to confuse everybody.
Well, but what I want to say is, instead of doing one,
Oh, yeah. We've got
could we
plenty.
not do more?
Yeah, we've got tons. Yeah, we've got tons. One is just a start.
Yeah, good. Okay, so we're doing Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and then
Well, we are also doing Georgia.
Yeah,
and
let's do-
I got 300 cards.
good.
And 300 labels just to get us started. So,
And so if anybody wants to do more, let's pick up some more addresses from Dana and do more cards,
yeah.
because more
We've
is
got-
better.
We've got plenty today. I mean, do 10.
Cool, okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, you can also take them home. Yeah, and they want you to make them colorful. And I will set up a box. Maybe we can put a box back here and in the social hall to collect cards between now and October 1st. Okay? I bought 300 stamps, but I wanted to wait to put the stamp on to make sure that everything's filled in correctly before putting a stamp on there. It occurred to me, but the price of stamp goes up today, so I bought stamps yesterday. So I did get that done. Please, Vicki, thank you.
On our, I think it was on our UU Facebook page, there were comments from people who received these cards thanking us for encouraging them to vote. So it really does make a difference.
Oh, thank you. That was part of my sermon, but that's okay. No, I was just going to be saying that it really is effective, and you made the point better than I could. So this is a great time to get us started. If people need more pens, what do people need? Do you need the information sheets? Those are pens. Cards, more cards? Oh, yeah. Pedro, go to the next slide, would you please? Yeah, okay. So you can see that the label that Sasha put in is already on there in the center, or should be. And then you follow the script exactly like it is here, but also on the sheet that is going around. And if you need more of those, I can print more, or we can print more. I think I can print from my iPad in there. So, yeah. So we need to stick with the script, but you make it look pretty, and you can draw hearts and things like that if you want to. Okay. Any other questions? Sue? Oh, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't sign your name, don't put your name on there, nothing like that. Okay, so this is not, no. Do they have their name on there? Oh, sorry, my mistake. Yeah, first name with Team Unity GA. Yeah, so this organization is working with UU the Vote. So this is part of UU the Vote. Steve? No. Mm-mm. Good question. Elaine? Yes, that's what you should put on there. Okay. Okay. All right. Pedro, let's just keep this slide up for people to use. Yeah. Okay. And Sasha, do you want to sing us to sing you out? You don't know where to go? Well, why don't you just hang out with us and help us? You're a great help, don't you think so? Yeah, let's keep her in. Let's keep him in here today. So we're going to please raise your hand if you need anything. And maybe Sasha, do you want to help people if they raise their hand? You can ask them what they need. Yeah, you get to talk to Sasha if you raise your hand. Okay, so right over here. So if you need something, Sasha or someone else will help you out. So just keep the process rolling, and we'll keep it going. Thank you very much. And while we're doing that, Debbie has a wonderful reflection for you as our chalice lighting. So if we can multitask, I invite you to listen to Debbie. Thank you.
I'll start with the word they are devaluing our neighborhoods. They are infiltrating our schools. They are a threat to our way of life. This is what I was taught growing up in a very conservative West Texas town in the 1950s. In my home, my mother and father were very, very fearful of them. Anyone who looked different were a threat. In my family,
Is your mic working? Can you guys hear Debbie?
no, okay,
Here, use mine. I'll just stand next to you.
okay,
Hold it close. Or just go ahead and clip it on.
okay. Wait a minute.
Pardon us.
Pardon us while we.
Today's kind of an informal day.
Yes. How are we doing it?
I'm sorry.
How are we doing it?
Just go ahead.
Can y'all? Woo!
That's better. Start from the beginning.
All right, I'm going to start over. This is hard. They are devaluing our neighborhood. They are infiltrating our schools. They are a threat to our way of life. This is what I was taught growing up in the 1950s in a very conservative, little town in Midland, Texas. My parents were scared of everyone that looked different than they did. Not many people in West Texas looked different in those days, but the few people that did, they were terrified of them. And I grew up thinking that that was true. I was scared of them too. The N-word was spoken daily in my family. I thought it was normal. Any kind of diversity they were scared of. As a kid, I believed everything they said. It wasn't until I got into school and became a teenager and ran into people who were different than I was and made friends with them that I began to question the beliefs that I had grown up with. In college, I studied and became a social worker. And in that experience, I was around all kinds of people in all kinds of situations from all walks of life. And I no longer could believe that they were a threat. They were me. I was them. But for the grace of God, I could have ended up as any of them. It really felt good to let go of that old message I had of us and them. When I discovered Unitarianism, I heard for the first time our principle of the inherent dignity and worth of all. And I knew I had found my home. I knew I'd found my people. Today, in our country's current climate of such divisiveness, especially approaching November, I'm really finding it harder and harder to hang on to the belief of everyone's inherent dignity and worth. I find myself reducing our country back down to us and them. I wonder if maybe I'm not alone in this feeling. In searching for a chalice lighting this morning, I came across these words by Maureen Killeran, and they really resonated with me. She writes, "In these hard times, let us look first to our response of love. In the midst of challenge, may our chalice flame bear witness to the inherent worth and dignity of every human being. In the midst of uncertainty, may our chalice be a beacon of encouragement that our values may guide our choices. Let us look first to our response of love." I'm going to light the chalice.
Thank you so much, Debbie. And now we're going to be taking our morning offering. Our half plate will go to a nonprofit that is still to be decided. We have been voting for the past few weeks, and voting closed on Friday. So it will be one of these, I can tell you. It will be for homelessness, safe lots, for people parking in their cars in a church, at a church building, or for food security, it will be community kitchen, or for anti-racism, it will be the teepee raisers, for gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, intersex, what's the A? I forgot the A. Oh, asexual or two-spirit plus. I did it. That will be going to Splash of Youth of Northern Colorado, Climate Change, Wilderness Restoration, Reproductive Rights, Wellspring Health Access, or the Friends of the Loveland Public Library Foundation. One of them will receive today's morning offering, and we will let you know probably next week. Thank you. We invite you to join along on the chorus of this next song called "I Am Willing" by Holly Near. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before.
children see more clearly. May the elders be more wise. May the winds of change caress us, even though they burn our eyes. For I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. So give me a mighty oath to hold my confusion, and give me a desert to hold my tears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder, and give me an ocean to hold my tears. For I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. Can we give a round of applause for our musicians here? Thank you. Thanks for everybody joining in on that. And now we have our morning joys and sorrows. And since today is a little bit of an informal day, and we're trying to write cards and such, I'd like to keep our joys and sorrows very brief today, if possible. Bill, I'm using mic 3. But if someone has something that's really important to share that's happening in your lives that you would like us to know, I invite you to please come forward. And I'd also like to remind us that we're not doing any announcements. This is not the time for announcements. And of course, the very first joy or concern for us to bring up is the shooting that happened yesterday with the assassination attempt of former President Trump. And no matter what your politics may be, this is a deeply disturbing turn of events that is very upsetting. So I invite us to hold with love in our hearts, all those who were at that venue, and President Trump, former President Trump, and all who were affected, and the Republican Party. So if we may hold them in our hearts. As we would hope that they would hold us in our hearts if it was in reverse. Yes, please. Thank you.
I'm really happy because we finally got to the point where we're traveling to my home country, the Netherlands, and I'm going to see siblings and friends that I haven't seen since COVID. So this is good. I'm going to be gone most of the next month.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's great.
Yay.
Great.
Well, we're glad we get to have your music today too, and have a wonderful trip. And we hold you and your siblings in our hearts.
Yeah.
Please come on up. So good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see everyone again. My name's Grace. I have a joy and a sorrow. I'll go sorrow first. My little niece, Alice Ann,
her grandmother just passed away, and that breaks my heart. But her other grandmother, who is my mom, just survived a triple bypass surgery. Wow. She's alive, she's doing well. Wow. So life comes, it goes, but thank God for mothers, grandmothers, women. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you. And Grace, we hold your aunt and your mother in our hearts, and you in our hearts, and your little cousin. Yeah, thank you. Others? Okay.
I'm Vicki, and I have a lot of joys going on. We're celebrating our son's birthday today. And so 57 years ago, Tom was in Vietnam, and I was in the hospital birthing his son.
Wow.
So it's a joy. And then next week, Tom and I will celebrate 63 years of marriage.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
And I also have the joy of inviting, this is marathon day, but I have a joy to invite you, when you come to coffee, I've got all kinds of supplies, and most of us know about Dick Barton being a long time hospitalized, he's going to be. And so in order to surround Carol also with deep care and love, all of us like hugs. So I'm going to invite you, when you come to Fellowship Hall, to get a piece of fabric, a marker, trace your hand, put your name on it, cut it out, and eventually over time, when we get a lot of these, we'll find a time when Carol's not home, and we'll put it across her garage door, her bushes or something, to hug Carol while she's had all this separation. So it'll take more than today, I know, but let's get as many hands today as we can. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Vicki, and happy birthday to your son, and happy 63rd anniversary next week, and thank you for doing this amazing project for Dick and for Carol.
I'm Kathy Hartman, and I bring greetings for those of you who remember him from Dan and Lucy O'Brien. I just saw them, and they're doing well. Dan is the secretary of the Unitarian Church in Ludington, Michigan, and he had some heart issues. It turns out that a lot of Dutch people have this same kind of heart condition. He landed in Dutch country in Michigan, and so he's getting really, really good care, and he's doing really well. And he says hello.
Okay, good.
But he won't come back to be our treasurer.
Aw. Well, we hold him in our hearts, and you as well. Yeah. Okay. Any on Zoom? Nope? Okay. Thank you, Pedro. Well, I invite us all to just settle into our breathing for a moment and just briefly consider all of the unspoken joys and sorrows on our own hearts and all those around us and in our country. May we continue to be open and willing to show up even on the days when it's hard, when our hearts are breaking. May we continue to lead with love through all the ups and downs that life offers. Thank you. Amen. We have a special song by Paul Simon, performed by Herb Oral, American Tune.
Hello, good morning. Many's the times I've been mistaken, and many times confused,
Yes, and I've often felt forsaken and certainly misused. But I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm just weary to my bones. Still, you don't expect to be bright and bon vivant, so far away from home, so far away from home. I don't know a soul who's not been battered. I don't have a friend who feels at ease. I don't know a dream that's not been shattered or driven to its knees. Oh, but I'm all right. I'm all right. For we've lived so well, so long. Still, when I think of the road we're traveling on, I wonder what's gone wrong. I can't help it, I wonder what's gone wrong. And I dreamed I was dying. I dreamed that my soul rose unexpectedly, and looking back down at me, smiled reassuringly. And I dreamed I was flying, and high up above, my eyes could clearly see the Statue of Liberty sailing away to sea. And I dreamed I was flying. Oh, we come on the ship they call the Mayflower. We come on the ship that sailed the moon. We come in the age's most uncertain hour and sing an American tune. Oh, and I'm all right. All right. You can't be forever blessed. And still tomorrow's gonna be another working day. And I'm trying to get some rest. That's all I'm trying, to get some rest.
So beautiful, Herb. Wonderful to hear your voice again. And your guitar. What a beautiful song. And so poignant for today. When I was a kid, I believed the grown-ups and our history lessons. I was proud of our country. We were the good guys. But I also grew up on a small acreage in the country, and I spent a lot of time out in nature, out walking and playing, and I often imagined the native Ute people around me. And I was sad that our great country didn't seem to have room for them too. It didn't make sense, but I didn't know what to do with that. And in my small rural Colorado town, I had to discover Martin Luther King Jr. on my own in our high school library when I was researching a speech that I was to give. I quoted parts of the famous "I Have a Dream" speech, which I thought was brilliant. I still think it's brilliant and inspiring. And yet my audience at the Masonic Temple sat on their hands and gave me dirty looks, which I did not understand. It took years for me to understand just how radical and challenging my speech was for them on that day. The ugly truths about our country and about our Western white European imported culture have made it very hard to have any good feelings about our country. With manifest destiny written into papal law with the doctrine of discovery in the late 1400s, granting all white Christian men the God-given right to take whatever land and people from the land that they wanted and to do with them and the land as they wish. How could this ever be seen as the right way to treat humans and the earth in the eyes of God? I often ask people, tell me about the God you don't believe in. Could you all tell me about the God you don't believe in? For me, this is it. I could never believe in a God that justifies maltreatment of humans and this maltreatment of the earth. And this can never, and never has been, justified. As you use, we are working to heal, to call upon natural, humane instincts and feelings of kindness and respect and caring for each other's inherent worth and dignity, and bring back humanity, a sense of justice, mercy, and compassion. No matter your ancestry, no matter your political affiliation, no matter your theology about God, this puts love at the center. And this is what it means to be Unitarian Universalist. Love and all it stands for, caring, compassion, mercy, kindness, is truly the one thing in life worthy of our highest regard and commitment. Martin Luther King said, this is one of my favorite quotes by him, "One of the greatest problems of history is that the concept of love and power are usually contrasted as polar opposites. Love is identified with a resignation of power, and power with a denial of love. What is needed is a realization that power without love is reckless and abusive, and that love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice." I love that quote right there. Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice. Justice at its best is love correcting everything that stands against love. Justice at its best is love correcting everything that stands against love. Yesterday's shooting is a tragedy, another tragedy. And I'm sorry that a spectator's life was claimed and the shooter's life. We cannot rise to who we claim to be. if we have any kind of hatred in our hearts, for we are mirroring the hatred that we see. As Michelle Obama would tell us, let's take the higher road. Let's rise above. Let's not reciprocate that and perpetuate that kind of negative energy. We must meet love with compassion. So let us actually recognize the shock and the fear and the suffering that occurred yesterday and hold the Republicans and Trump with compassion and understanding for all that they are going through. The UUA put out a statement last evening that in part says, Unitarian Universalism believes in the right of free speech and the democratic process. Attacks like those at Saturday's political rally weaken democracy, and the Unitarian Universalist Association condemns this attack. At a time when democracy is already at risk, these events will only make our political environment more precarious. Our Unitarian Universalist tradition is rooted in the values of human dignity, justice, compassion, democracy, and principles. We will remain vigilant in our commitment to protecting our democracy and the integrity of its principles and the rights of all its people. Let us keep love at the center. We are all in this together. We are all in this together. And we can't fix everything, but we can live our values, especially when times are the most difficult. You know, I'm grateful that you're all here today to hear me talk, but once again, words only go so far. What is the most important part of today's service is not anything that I'm saying, it's the action that you're taking. That is the most important part of this service, and how we continue to take that action between now and October 1st, and in many other ways. So as I mentioned before, we are working with UU the Vote as part of our social justice campaign. And they work with Reclaim the Vote, which is where we got our cards. That organization is run by people of color from the South, working to counteract voter suppression, especially in the South. So as you heard from Vicki earlier, it really is effective to write postcards. I thought, okay, well, it doesn't really make any difference. This tells you how much I pay attention to my mail. But I love getting a handwritten note, even if it's from somebody I don't know. It makes all the difference. And it really has had a powerful impact. That in North Carolina, 3% of people re-registered before they received a postcard. They had dropped off of the voter registration. Only 3% re-registered. After they sent cards, 43% re-registered. Whoa, that's a lot. So I do hope that you please choose a name and an address, multiple names and addresses from our list and our cards, and fill them out, and keep filling them out as long as you would like. And those on Zoom, if you write in the chat, if you would like someone to deliver cards, postcards to you, just write a note in the chat and I will bring you some, I promise, next week. So, and if not, I bet Sue might be bringing some cards too. So my friends, thank you for being in this all together with each other, and for leading with love, and for listening to love, and for putting love at the center of who we are. Thank you. Amen. I invite you to rise, embody your spirit, and sing together, Love Will Guide Us. musicians today. It's been really fun doing these songs for you. I invite you to reach out and connect with those around you, whatever is comfortable. If you're good with holding hands or hands on shoulders, and if you're not comfortable, just put your hand up and say no thank you. That's okay too. And I don't know if Peter, you want to connect? I don't know. So for our benediction, I'd like to sing you a song, and you've heard me sing it a few times before, and you're welcome to join in if you feel like it. It's a Buddhist blessing for all beings, because we will never find our way to true love, peace, happiness, and freedom until we all get there together. Oh, may all beings be well and happy. May all beings be free from strife. May all beings return to love. Peace be with you forevermore. Go in peace and walk in love. Thank you. Good service. Thank you. Okay. I don't know about that, but we got